Greetings everyone, I've returned to Universal Studios Hollywood to talk about the parking lots once again. Let's roll that intro. Yes, today I'm back here to talk about these because I had a few people on the previous video who wanted to talk about the updated pricing and some more facts and information about it. So that's what's going to be in this video today. So if you've never been here before, or if you've been here a bunch of times and you want some updated information, I got you covered. Now I'm going to talk about it as I pull up here, but it's $35 right now for general parking. And that's with a 6'8" vehicle height or less. Now, what if you have like a truck or something bigger? Don't worry, they've got you covered. They're gonna have you park in a different spot of the parking structure, I believe in the basement, and it will not cost you anything more. What if you wanna come later on at night, let's say maybe after 6 o'clock? That's only gonna cost you $10, but that's not during special event nights like horror nights where they're gonna charge full price. That's another thing to keep in mind as well. Also, the parking structures break it down like this. We've got the ET parking structure, the Curious George parking structure. They're the ones that are the furthest away. Then we've got the Jurassic parking structure and the Frankenstein parking lot structure. And then there's also the Woody lots, the Woody the Woodpecker lot around with front gate. So there's a few different ones we're going to talk about here today, but I'm also going to kind of show you what it's like to walk out of each of them into CityWalk. So yeah, so you can find your way to the park too. And here we go. You come off the 101 to my left here, there's a few different ways, a few different exits. This is the one that I usually get off at. There's some other spots over here, but this is to the parking. Now we're going in on the eastern side, more or less, eastern kind of side. But there's a western gate as well, but in this video, this is the one I'm covering. Yeah, because it's the one I'm really familiar with, and I think it's the main one most people utilize, but again, there is a western one. But it'll all kind of feed back into the same parking all the same. Yes. Oh yeah. I like driving up here. I'm always like, yeah, Universal, I'm back. Back, baby. You can see all the cool movie posters. Shout out Oppenheimer. Yeah. Now, if you're gonna do valet, you cut up a little bit further there. But we're just going in general parking here today. So we'll just cut in right over here. Yay. Here we are coming up to the gates, and right now, general parking is $35 per day. And then they've got preferred, and they also have front gate. So you can keep that in mind too. Preferred $55, and then front gate $75. So keep that all in mind, yes, because these are the updated prices. Now I oftentimes get placed in the ET parking lot, which is the farthest parking lot away from Universal. It's just I don't know, 5 to 10 minute walk through CityWalk. It's really not that bad, but yeah, that's where they usually place me. Usually it's a good way to get my steps in too, you know? Now if you're parking here, basically what you're gonna wanna do is you wanna walk over this way towards the escalators and the elevators, and you'll be able to tell which way that is because everybody's gonna be moving in that direction. Now, the escalators can be pretty efficient, and the elevators can be even more so, but it's very dependent on how many people in the park that day. But yeah, the escalators, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Also, there are 7 levels to the ET parking structure. So yeah, that's a 7th level, the very tippy top. And the parking structures have these big signs, they'll say like to Universal. You can see ET's welcoming us here. We have this little kind of bridge we walk out onto to get over to CityWalk, and we'll be right next to the Curious George parking lot as well. Yeah, play some fun music and everything. Also, this is where we drove up originally, and then we turned in right over here. But over there is the Jurassic parking structure. I love the pun. I love it so. Also, if escalators and elevators are not your things, well, they've got stairs for you too. There are many options for descending or ascending in the parking structures. They've got you covered. They've got you covered. Yeah, walking right by E.T. Yeah. So he still gets a little representation here in the park, even though Revenge of the Mummy took him. Then here's the Curious George parking structure. Sometimes they'll put you in here. I think they use this a lot for team member parking. But yeah, it's basically right next to ET. So if you're in Curious George, you can use the elevators to get down, because I believe they specifically only have elevators here. They don't have escalators in the same way. They get down to CityWalk, which is what we're walking right out into. So yeah, and like I said before, Jurassic Parking right over there. And the trick with this is if you're trying to get to Universal or whatnot, you just keep going straight down the main drag here, and you will get there eventually. I was just walking down there, but also if you're coming out of the Curious George parking lot, sometimes you come out over here where the other elevators actually are. So you come all the way down here, just keep heading on down that way. Or coming down the Curious George parking structure, and you come out of the elevators, you can walk down here, and then you can also, instead of going left like I was showing, head right, which is another way to get into CityWalk. It'll all kind of lead back to where you want to go here to get back to the actual park itself. So yeah, so either way, left or right, and you'll be set, you'll be ready to go. Also, I thought about doing like a fully detailed video about CityWalk. Like, cause I've covered on stream and stuff before, and like kind of here and there in the vlogs, but if you guys want that, let me know. I've gone to most all of it, not everything yet, but I can point a lot of things out. But CityWalk changes a lot, so it's always in flux. It's kind of cool that way. I say that, but King Kong's been here for decades, as you can see way down the way, and yeah, I think many things have been kind of staples of CityWalk for a long time. And you know what I'm also hoping is a staple for a long time? Toothsome. I love you, Toothsome. Toothsome, you're amazing. Also, I just confirmed it here. Actually, if it's that $10 after 6 that you're paying for, they'll reimburse you $5 here. $5 here, so keep that in mind. Now, Jurassic Parking kind of runs all the way down around behind here. So there are multiple spots where you can kind of be spit out, but just kind of try to move down towards Kong, or if you're past Kong, just keep moving with the people towards the park. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's kind of a map, an overview of Universal CityWalk. I know it looks a little confusing. We're like right over here by 5 towers, but as you can see, Jurassic Parking is here and here. So if you're parked in Jurassic, which is right here, you go out, and then you're gonna wanna head west and up. Yeah, but also there's multiple levels that Jurassic comes, like, spits you out at. So I'll kind of show you what it's like to be on one of those upper levels and come out. But yeah, by the way, one of those Jurassic Parking exits is right here. They've got escalators and elevators here though, so keep that in mind as well. So kind of over here by the 5 towers, you can see the Jurassic Parking is right here. Big, like, yellow, lime green wall thing. I don't know. It's really pretty. But yeah, they've got escalators and elevators here. Like I said, it'll bring you out into CityWalk. We're by Firehouse Subs at the time of this recording, and Pan Express is just to my right here. To head out here, you can either go down some escalators down to the main CityWalk drag, or hang a left, and you can kind of walk above it all. The nice thing, besides just the views that you get up here too, is that it's usually a bit quieter. It's kind of overflow for the food court area. You get a nice shot of Kong there too, which is great. Yeah, pretty quiet as you make your way to the park. It's another place where Jurassic Parking might bring you out, and there's, again, multiple levels, everything too. This will bring you right out. There's kind of the red dragon over here, and you can take the escalator straight down, cut left to the park. I'd recommend that because you can't really get down anywhere else from here. So I take the escalators and go down. Question for you, are escalators always escalators, or sometimes they de-escalators? I don't know. Coming down that escalator though, by Jurassic Parking, or one of the spots where they'll spit you out, Bubblegum's to my right with that red dragon. We're gonna head down to the left for more parking and whatnot. Before I leave this spot though, if you head over down here to the left, if you're staying in one of the hotels which is nearby, they do have shuttles over here. I will link that video up here for you if you'd like some more information on that. If you're staying at like Sheraton or the Hilton or something like that. Eventually, if you keep following that path, you'll end up here. Main gate, Universal Studios Hollywood. Oh yes. So good, but if you want to actually get in, you have to cut around to the left and go into security. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. This is the Woody Woodpecker parking lot, which does extend up to the front gate. Now, sometimes they use this for preferred parking, but as you can see over here, there's a sign that says front gate parking. They have an actual area just out of that is for that. So sometimes preferred is going to be here, sometimes it's going to be in Frankenstein, but if you are in the Woody lot, you have a very short walk to get to security and the front gate of the park. Yeah, and also I'm standing right by where that shuttle will pick you up, like I was talking about, for the Sheraton and Hilton and stuff like that. Okay, I didn't know that they did this, but for front gate parking, they actually have a little stand out here right now that gives you like included little bottles of water and like little candy snacks. So if you're gonna park all the way up front where I'm standing right now, which is front gate parking, you get like little bottles of water and candy. I didn't know they did that. I mean, that's kind of a nice little bonus on top of it, you know, because you're paying quite an amount to park up this close, but that's a nice little couple of perks. I was like, what is this little stand? I need to know. It's just like right over there. It's so cool. Also, Universal's super good about this, but there's service animal stations all around, but here's one at the front gate if your service animal needs a spot. I'm over here by the front gate now, but I'm gonna show you where Frankenstein Parking is, because if we're looking to get into Universal Studios Hollywood, Frankenstein Parking is gonna be tucked off over here. I'll show you exactly where. And the main exit here, but it's by the big Universal Studios Hollywood sign, which is lit up so well at night. But yeah, down past that, that's where Frankenstein is. He's over there, he's lurking. Also, I have a whole video on this about how rideshare works here. If you want to see that, it's gonna be linked up over here. But Frankenstein is one of those spots, so keep that in mind too. I told you to keep so many things in mind. I apologize, that's why I made the video though. You can go back to it though. That's what makes it easier. And here we are at it at last, the Frankenstein Parking, which has a bunch of escalators and also elevators to utilize to get up to it. And by it, of course, I mean the park itself, or you can use it to get back down here to get to your car or where they're picking you up for rideshare. As you can see, the walkway right side garage. There it is. Also, I was sort of alluding to it before, but here's the western gate. So yeah, there's the other way in. So that's another way to come in. Sometimes I've heard if you come through here and you still do general parking, they'll still put you in Jurassic. Jurassic is a really nice one to be at because it's closer than E.T. or Curious George, but it's not as close as Woody or Frankenstein or, of course, Front Gate. But yeah. And there's a little sign up there that says preferred parking. So they're kind of, like I said, waffling back and forth depending on the days and what's going on, if Frankenstein's going to be preferred or that other portion of the Woody Woodpecker lot will be. And if you had parked anywhere along here for Frankenstein, you just come out to the escalators and then go up all of them to the park. Nothing to it. Yeah, and also I kind of like how the escalators are set up here. Kind of like this, they go up, up, up and around, kind of. It's interesting. It's different than any of the other escalators that I know of here. But yeah, it's nice. And it kind of reminds me of the Starway that they have, kind of the covered escalators they have actually in the park. Nice. That's consistency. Oh, and restrooms on level 7 of Frankenstein. Also, Curious George goes up to 5. Lot of different levels, many levels. Yeah, maybe take a picture. Also, pro tip, if you want to take a picture of like where you parked as far as the level and stuff goes, if you don't want to memorize it. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here at Universal. And there you have it, everybody, my updated parking lot video. Also, if you have an annual pass such as the Platinum Pass gets you free general parking. The other passes get you discounts on it, potentially, depending on the tier you're in. Just keep that in mind as well. But I hope you found this video informative. If you did, leave the word parking, P-A-R-K-I-N-G, in the comments down below. I appreciate it. And again, I've made a bunch of videos about all these things here at Universal, so hopefully you do find them helpful. And if you want to help this video out, consider liking it, sharing it around, or just the channel in general. I would appreciate it a ton. And if you're not subscribed yet, consider that too. That'd be great. We're on our way to 5K, 5,000 subs, all thanks to you guys. But I really want to thank the people who are supporting the channel in the biggest and best way possible. Those are the patrons and the members. If you want to get your name here at the end of the video, consider becoming a $5 patron, and just, I don't know, any financial assistance of any sort helps a ton. Keep me alive. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. And until next time, just remember to adapt and overcome. Bye-bye. Your patience has been rewarded. The bonus bit, when you're leaving at the end of the day, they're going to kind of show you which way you need to go for the various parking structures. Again, Frankenstein is going to be immediately to your right when you exit the park, but just follow the signs down here to get back to E.T., Jurassic, Curious George, or Woody. Yes, all those ones. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.